Jeopardy! Why does Ken Jennings excel at hosting? By now, it is evident that fans have sided with Ken Jennings more than Mayim Bialik when it comes to their hosting skills on Jeopardy! However, fans recently spotted a pattern with the Jeopardy! Allen that makes him so fluent with his hosting skills. Read on to find out. Ken Jennings lauded for his improv skills. As reported by The Sun, this pattern came into the light on Jeopardy! July 27th episode. The 48-year-old host has been assigned the task of wrapping up the final week of season 38. Offstage, the game show also made an official announcement regarding the permanent host decision. Both Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik have signed the deal to serve as the permanent host, replacing late host Alex Trebek. The duo has been hosting the show since October 2021 and will continue to do so for the upcoming season as well. Amid the hosting decision, fans learned something new about Ken. Although he is a former software engineer and not an actor, his improv skills are really impressive, as observed by fans. In the episode he hosted on Wednesday, the host bantered with Ed Carlson, two-day Jeopardy! Champ and new players Breon Barker and Colleen Burney. As per viewers, this wordplay was weirdly well. Twitter appreciates Ken Jennings' sense of humor. During the show's Q&A segment, Colleen shared that her dog is popular on Instagram, while Ed stated that he is writing a mystery novel set on a boat. Breon won the game with $11, $7K prize money. However, fans pointed out that Ken also scored some brownie points for him when he casually cruised through the conversation. Fans took to Twitter to point out Ken's newfound skill, as one wrote, "Ken's improv skills are so good. Why is this man not the full-time host?" Comparing him and Mayim Bialik, another chimed in, "She doesn't have a feel for the gig. Ken's a natural, quick on his feet, great sense of humor." As the game show verged towards the end, Ken also remarked that he is a huge TikToker and then talked about Colleen's Insta-famous dog, stating, "Colleen, I'm sure your dog is too." Do fans love a humble Ken? Earlier in July, a Jeopardy! Player mentioned that he was a fan of Ken's back when the host was a contestant himself. To this, the host displayed humility. During the show's story segment, the contestant mentioned that he caught every episode of his 74-game run in 2004. The player proclaimed, "I have vivid memories of missing the bus because me and my mom were trying to record something on VHS when Jeopardy! First aired in 1964 under the stewardship of Art Fleming. No one could have predicted the enduring cultural institution it would become. By the time Alex Trebek took the reins in 1984, the show had evolved into a sleek, intellectual proving ground, a nightly ritual where quick wits and encyclopedic knowledge reigned supreme. Trebek, with his unflappable charm, crisp diction, and subtle irony, became inseparable from the show's identity. So when he passed away in 2020 after an inspiring battle with cancer, fans faced an unsettling question: who could possibly fill those iconic shoes? Several guest hosts graced the podium, from journalists and actors to athletes and academics. Yet ultimately, it was Ken Jennings, Jeopardy's greatest champion, who emerged as the show's steady, clear successor. But why? What makes Jennings excel so naturally at hosting a game show that so many others found difficult to command? The answer lies in a unique convergence of experience, humility, intelligence, and deep respect for the game itself. 1. The insider's advantage. Ken Jennings is not just a host. He's Jeopardy! Royalty. His historic 74-game winning streak in 2004, a feat unlikely to be matched under modern game rules, and his later crowning as the greatest of all time in the 2020 primetime tournament, gave him a rare status, that of a living legend within the show's ecosystem. Unlike a traditional host hired for their media savvy, Jennings speaks fluent Jeopardy! This lived experience means he understands not just the mechanics of the game, but the emotional roller coaster contestants ride. He knows the cold sweat of a daily double, the pulse-racing anxiety of Final Jeopardy, and the delicate balance of buzzer timing. This gives him an empathetic connection with players, and it subtly informs his hosting. He offers words of encouragement that feel authentic, not perfunctory. He sympathizes with missteps and celebrates correct responses with genuine warmth. For contestants, knowing their host has stood exactly where they stand fosters comfort and confidence. 2. A scholar without pretense. Jeopardy! Demands a host who can pronounce Svyatoslav Richter and Etruscan funerary rites with equal ease, all while making it look effortless. Jennings' formidable intellect has always been apparent, but what distinguishes him is that his intelligence doesn't alienate. He embodies what Trebek often called the credible everyman, a smart, curious person who treats knowledge as a delight, not a cudgel. Jennings' academic background, a degree in computer science and English from BYU, and voracious reading habit are paired with an easygoing, self-deprecating humor. His writing, especially in books like Brainiac and Because I Said So, reveals a playful engagement with trivia and history. On the Jeopardy stage, this translates into precise yet unpretentious delivery. He doesn't flaunt his erudition. He uses it as a bridge. The result is a host who commands respect while never condescending to contestants or audiences. 3. A deep respect for Trebek's legacy. Ken Jennings has been unabashedly vocal about the influence Alex Trebek had on his life. After all, it was Trebek who presided over Jennings' ascent into game show immortality. Rather than trying to reinvent Jeopardy or imprint it with an outsized personal brand, Jennings has consciously chosen to preserve its spirit. He often channels Trebek's hosting style with small gestures, a neutral, steady voice when reading clues, a calm demeanor that lets the game, not the host, take center stage, and an understated wit that sparkles only when appropriate. Jennings seems to understand that Jeopardy is bigger than any one person, including himself. His reverence ensures continuity for longtime viewers and reassures them that the soul of the show remains intact. 4. Quick wit and adaptability. Although Jeopardy is meticulously produced, live taping can invite curveballs, contestant errors, unexpected reactions, or technical mishaps. A host needs to navigate these smoothly without derailing the show's brisk tempo. Jennings' years on the contestant side honed a quick-thinking agility that now serves him behind the lectern. Whether it's diffusing tension with a clever quip, smoothly correcting a flubbed ruling, or handling unexpected contestant banter, Jennings exhibits a nimble charisma. His humor is sharp but never mean-spirited, an art Trebek mastered and Jennings has inherited in his own style. 5. The Jeopardy ethos personified. At its core, Jeopardy has always been about celebrating curiosity. It appeals to those who revel in knowing a little about everything, a sensibility captured in its iconic blue clue board and esoteric answer and question format. Jennings embodies that ethos fully. He isn't just a game show host or a trivia expert. He is, first and foremost, an enthusiast. This enthusiasm is infectious. When Jennings discusses clues about classical music, medieval history, or pop culture minutiae, his excitement feels palpable and sincere. His hosting style encourages audiences and players alike to revel in the joy of learning, which has always been Jeopardy's true purpose. 6. Evolution, not imitation. It's important to note that Jennings is not a Trebek clone. While he honors the traditions Trebek established, Jennings has quietly updated the role. His slightly more informal, conversational tone reflects contemporary sensibilities. His banter with contestants often feels warmer, sometimes gently teasing, offering a different but equally engaging dynamic. Moreover, his collaborative approach with co-host Mayim Bialik during their shared hosting era, and now with the broader Jeopardy franchise including spin-offs and special tournaments, shows an adaptability that ensures the franchise remains relevant to newer audiences without alienating longtime fans. In conclusion, the right person at the right time,